We live in a day and an age where people just judge the book by the cover.
Yeah.
So like if they just look at your Instagram or they look at your Facebook or whatever, and you don't have like some crazy amount of followers, and they just assume you're nobody. But the reality of it is, you're somebody, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What does that bad partnership look like?
If we're both great at the same thing. So like if I'm sales and marketing, then you don't want to go partner with sales and marketing. Like if you're a Christian and you go to church every week and you're doing mission trips and you're building houses for people and you partner with an atheist, like it's probably not a good idea to do that, right?
Yeah. What's a killer nugget that like we can leave them with?
I think
triumph from tragedy, the way I overcome the devil mad at me. Farmer like faith, had to plant the seed. Now I work hard, we never take it for granted. We live into a standard, pass it down until it's mastered. I made it from a pallet to a palace and a castle. You can do it too, it's not too much for you to handle. It's that motivation, it's that.
So what's going on, everybody? So on today's show, we have none other than the killer himself, Austin Zaback. What's up, bro?
What's going on, bro? Appreciate you having me, man.
I'm super glad you're on. I mean, like, dude, you're killing it.
I appreciate that.
If anybody's watching and they're watching you from a distance online, you know, like they can see all the guests you have, the different businesses you have. And so it's a super honor to have you on here, you know, because we have guests from, you know, that are doing like 100 grand to, you know, I've had Bobby Castro, which is doing 750 million.
Wow. I'm not doing that much.
No. But when you have a good local guy that's true, honest, and killing it, it's super cool.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's a lot of fake people on Instagram.
Dude, it's way too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot.
Isn't that crazy though? It's like, wouldn't you want to just be yourself?
Mm-hmm. You would think.
Yeah. Because like for me, I want to be raw and authentic and be like, all right, I'm fighting with my wife. My kids ain't listening. My business is struggling. But guess what? On this other side, God is good. And like, I'm blessed. I got a big house. I got buildings, all this stuff. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like people want to know like what you're going through. So when they go through it, they understand it.
Totally.
Right.
Couldn't agree more, man. Yeah. But there's a lot of fake people. It's just the reality of the world we live in, you know?
Yeah.
But be real, be authentic, and be you, you know?
And I think being real opens up more doors.
Yeah.
Because once you like, we get like people call me all the time. And especially like if I get a guest or something or someone will message me and I know like they're not really authentic, it's kind of a turnoff.
Totally.
You know?
Totally, dude.
It's a super turnoff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got something in my eye. So like so the other day, this guy. So I went to this gym, and I was just kind of like interviewing some trainers and stuff like that. And I was just interviewing them.
Yeah.
And then so this guy, I had a phone call with him, and it was like, and I was late to the call, and say it was like a 12 o'clock call, and he actually rescheduled, but didn't send me the message, like the invite.
Wow.
So it was kind of a mix up, whatever. But I was late. Like it was like an hour and a half later. I'm like, hey, I didn't get that thing. Like, are you good? Can you talk? He's like, no, I don't want to talk to you, bro. I don't want to talk to anyone fake. I know you're not a real millionaire. And I'm like, dude, like, I'm sorry, I'm late. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But his perception of it, because he sees a lot of fake people, so he doesn't know how to perceive it at all.
For sure.
He kind of bashed me a little bit, which is cool. Like if you're watching, bro, good luck with that.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe you'll get a gym one day.
Right. There you go.
Yeah. You're just a worker. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's mean, huh?
Hey, it is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So Austin, where are you from, bro?
I'm born and raised here.
Born and raised here. Me too.
Yeah. I was born in Mesa, raised in Gilbert.
Are you Mormon?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
That's cool.
I got some family that are Mormon, but no, I've never been. I'm a Christian.
Yeah, you're Christians as I am.
Yep.
My family is. So born and raised in the East Valley.
Yep.
And how old are you?
I'm 30 years old.
30, young.
Yep.
Yeah,
I just turned 30. Well, I not necessarily. I turned 30 in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're 30 years old. Where'd you go to high school at?
Mesquite High School.
Is that in Chandler?
It's in Gilbert.
Gilbert?
Yeah, it's on like McQueen and Warner.
So how did that look like growing up? Were you that good kid? Were you that?
No.
Were you entrepreneurial?
I was entrepreneurial, but I was a bad kid.
You were a bad kid? What's that
just
look like?
Bad grades. Started smoking weed, drinking, playing beer pong, just getting into stuff I shouldn't be getting into.
Yeah, you're like, you like that lifestyle.
Totally.
Yeah,
well, I think I just fell into it. It's what all my friends did. And, I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And that's how it went for a while, but then eventually I snapped out of it and I 180'd. Yeah.
So growing up, did you have both parents?
So I grew up with my grandpa and grandma, but yes, both my parents are around.
Yeah.
They got divorced and it just wasn't a good living situation.
Yeah.
So I ended up moving with my grandpa and grandma when I was like 7 years old.
Do you think, like hindsight, looking back, do you think that was part of the reason, like, of the struggle?
Probably.
I mean, we don't want to blame anybody, but like, Yeah, right.
Childhood trauma, I think, is like the number one reason that people are the way that they are, whether that is a good or a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
So, like, when you really peel back that onion, like, whether we realize it or not, I think what we go through in our childhood is essentially like that is why we are the way we are, or why we don't do the things like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like one of those things where I think people can kind of trace back everything to their childhood.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Like I still act like a jackass today. It's because of my childhood.
Yeah.
My mistakes growing up were because of my childhood. I did a lot of drugs and go to school, all that. It was my surroundings.
Yeah.
My mom was a drug addict. You know, it was just the surroundings. So yeah, you can become a product of your own environment.
You can. Yeah.
The good thing is that we get to change.
We do.
You know, we just got to make
Everybody's got the opportunity, but you have to make the change.
Yeah.
Nobody can do it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So growing up, like in school, so you're chasing trouble, probably girls, all that stuff, right? Thank God you're married.
Yep.
But it's the past, right? And so like you're messing around. How does high school look? Are you like, besides getting in trouble, did you finish high school?
I did finish high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never went to college.
Yeah.
But I finished high school barely. I mean, I
Yeah.
barely got through it, you know?
Yeah.
I did a bunch of summer school and stuff when I was a senior to kind of like make sure I graduate on time. But dude, I mean, I had a bad GPA. My grades weren't good. Like, I just didn't care. You know, it wasn't that I wasn't smart or that I wasn't capable. I just didn't care. You know, looking back on it now, like if I were to go back to high school right now, like I get straight A's, right? Because like I have a different mindset on life where now like anything I do, I give it my all, you know? But in that season of my life, I was not giving it any energy, any attention. I didn't care if I passed or failed. You know, I didn't care if I did my homework, you know, like I didn't see the value in school when I was a kid, right?
Or anything
for that matter, you know? So I just wanted to have fun and live my life, you know? So, but you know, everything happens for a reason, and I am the way that I am and who I am today as a result of like my childhood.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember when I was younger, so I was I was adopted, and my dad, Paul, he would always be like, you know, because I was always getting arrested and everything, and he'd be like, why are you so mad at the world? Why are you so angry? He would always tell me that because like I was like, I would get into everything, and it was probably because I was so mad. You know, now the anger wasn't always out there, but I was just looking different. You know, everything bad was like magnified to me, and like it was like it was like a magnet. You know, where I was attracted to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm sure you felt the same way.
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think it was by the grace of God that I was able to get out of that world. Yeah. You know, like really looking back at it now, like there was a real possibility that I went down a bad path, you know, and I would not be where I am today if I had done that, you know? So sometimes you ask yourself like, how did I even end up where I'm at? Right. It's kind of like that imposter syndrome, like sometimes. And it really is just God, you know, like God had a different plan for me. And he gave me the strength and the ability and the door that I had to walk through. And, and it just by the grace of God, I walked through that different door and I took a different path, you know? Yeah.
And, you know, I've said it like a lot of times is God can open a door, but you got to be able to walk through it.
You have to.
You got to have enough faith. Faith in your own abilities and faith in what God has said, that how he's going to protect you, he's going to guide you, he's going to lead, all those things to walk through the door.
You still have to take that action.
You got to walk through it.
Faith without works is dead.
Yeah. And so many people, like the door's open for them and they just look at it. They're like, it's kind of like the promised land. Yeah. You know, the story of the promised land where they're just like looking at it like, there it is. Yep. You know, and they don't go. And so it's like, we have to be able to take those steps. You know what I mean? I was looking back and, you know, like every once in a while I look back and I'm like, man, God saved me here, there. I text this guy. So this old friend, man, he found me after like 20 something years. Yep. And he messaged me on LinkedIn. And so then, you know, we kind of connected, went to have lunch. And then I texted him the other day and I was like, hey man, I just want to thank you. Yeah. You know, because like one time there was some major trouble and I believe God used him to keep me out of that trouble. It was trouble where a couple people went to prison. Someone got stabbed and almost died. And it was really bad. Right. And I was like, I just want to thank you for that one day, like that time, like, you know, because like God used you and you were obedient by telling me, Chris, don't go. Like, you don't have to go to this. You don't like, you know, and so I think God will use people. And then when we look back, we're really thankful on those things. I think, and I'm glad you said that because what happens is when you become successful, a lot of people forget what God has done in their lives. Yeah, totally. They forget everything, right? And granted, like the struggle is not as hard and you eat better food and you're driving better cars and your house is nicer and all that stuff. But and you forget that struggle's further and further behind you. But you still have to remember, like, man,
totally,
that sucked back then. And
it's humility.
Yeah.
You got to be humble.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I think if we're not humble, then we'll get humbled. Like, God's going to humble us if we don't humble ourselves. Right. So, like, yeah, you can achieve all this success in the world, but you need to make sure that you give the credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
And you give the glory to God. Right. And then make sure that you're obviously serving people and being a good steward of your money. Right.
Yeah.
And being a good steward of your talents and your abilities and the blessings and the gifts that we've had. You know, we need to be able to share that with other people and actually, you know, help the world, right? Help people. You know, that's what we're called to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that as long as somebody can do that, then you can have all the success in the world, right? But the moment you start getting cocky or greedy or arrogant, then you're going to find yourself in a place where God probably will humble you at some point in time.
Dude, my wife will like literally tell me, like, I'm going to pray that God humbles you.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I get all mad, you know. I'm like, it's gonna affect you too. She's like, so? She's like, I'm good.
Yeah. She's like unaffected by it.
Yeah.
Unfazed.
She's like, I'm good. Because sometimes I'll become like this cocky, arrogant guy. Like, I mean, I think most men can get that way.
I think so.
And then
men are more susceptible for sure than women.
Yeah. And then I feel like what you're saying is true. Is like God humbles me.
Yep.
Like I'll like say we're gonna get this big contract and it doesn't go through, or like someone will screw me over. You know, should be like, see, keep it up.
Yep.
Keep it up. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, shoot, man.
That's the truth. Yeah.
That's why, like, when you walked in, I don't know if you've seen the last saying on the wall.
I did. Yeah.
Your ego is not your amigo.
Super cool.
So I got that from Bobby Castro, and I was like, I had to put that on a wall because, like, it's kind of for me.
Yeah.
You know,
for sure, man.
Keep me humble, and because it's easy to be like, yeah, I'm the best. I'm this. I'm that. I did this. I did that. And then, you know, and then when something goes bad, it's also easy to blame everybody.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, so you're coming up, you graduate high school. What does it look like after high school? No college, I'm going to assume.
Nope, didn't go to college.
You said that.
Yep.
And then did you get into the workforce right after?
I was already in the workforce as like a junior, senior.
Okay.
I mean, I was always working, right? So like when I was 8, 9 years old, I was doing cleaning pools.
Nice.
I had my little pool route, you know, I was making some cash, right? And then, when I was, I think 15, I got my first job at a dry cleaners. And then I worked probably 12 or so jobs over the course of a handful of years, you know, just kind of quitting every couple months. Like I would get bored. Little just stupid jobs. Like I worked at Venezia's Pizzeria, Buffalo Wild Wings, like stuff like that, right?
Oh, that's the one in Mesa. Oh, that's pretty good. Is that the good one? That's
and
the good
then,
one.
Yeah. And then I got into road construction, and then I actually did HVAC. HVAC was my final job that I ever did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what'd you do there?
I was doing air duct cleaning.
Yeah. So selling the jobs too, or just cleaning them?
No, I would sell at the job. So they would sell. So we would go in there with like $199 contract or whatever, and then I would upsell them a bunch of stuff while I was in the house.
Oh, like maintenance plans. And all that stuff.
Yeah, like the washable air filters. Like we were putting UV lights in the air ducts, like to kill all the germs and bacteria and everything. Just like stuff like that. Yeah.
Is that kind of like so? Did you get a little better at sales technique doing that job?
Totally. Yeah.
Because it sounds, you know what's crazy?
I was
like,
always a sales guy though.
No, I know.
At heart. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Is like, because like I started young too with different things, different oddball things. Like I remember, dude, I was like 5. So or like probably 6. When I moved in with Paul, I was 7. And right before I moved in with him, he'd pick me up. And, you know, I would sell like little baby chicks for $1. I would sell like, I was trying to do anything to make money all the time. And one thing that I noticed is like with like killers, like they're always trying to make money somehow. It may sound greedy to some people, but you got to make money to do things.
You do.
You can't be the biggest giver in your church or give the like nonprofits or homeless ministries if you got no money.
100%.
Yeah, I mean,
no question.
You got to have money. But I noticed like a lot of the killers that I run across is like, you know, they started working early. Yeah. They started grinding. They're just, you figure it out. Like you're going to suck at a lot of things.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But then you figure it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you 100% do.
Right?
Yeah, and you're going to fail a lot too, right? Like I've failed. I mean, I've failed way more than I've succeeded.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like people don't see that, but we fail, right? Yeah.
That doesn't make the Instagram cut.
I mean, no, I talk about it, but it doesn't, but it's not, those aren't the videos typically that go viral,
sexy.
right?
Yeah,
they're not sexy. You know, people don't, for whatever reason, like, you know, people don't want to see that. Like they just want to see the Lamborghini and they want to see the big house and the big office and, you know, all that crap. Right. But yeah, they don't see the 8 years I didn't pay myself or whatever, you know? So like people just don't see that. They don't care.
Yeah. I was telling someone the other day, I was like, think about like, cause they were asking those kind of questions is you know, how did you become so successful at this or that? And I'm not that successful, but I'm just saying that's what he was asking me, young man. And I was like, think about like when you watch Shark Tank or something, is those guys are buying up like hundreds of businesses and like 2 are killing it.
Yeah, literally.
You know, they're just trying. You think about, I was like, think about Elon Musk. Yeah, you hear about his stories now. I go, but imagine how many businesses he's been a part of.
Totally.
That he's invested in.
Didn't work out.
We're just talking about Nikola.
Yeah.
How many people invested in Nikola that just didn't work out? It was just, you know, so it's like you try, you fail, you learn, and then you figure out your lane.
Yep.
Like, what lane do I want to be in? You know, then you get good at that lane. You're like, okay, what's the next lane? What's the next avenue? So you're crushing it. You're killing it. What do you do after HVAC?
I got into real estate. After. Yeah. So I got into wholesaling real estate. And that was like my first thing I ever did in real estate. You know, and then I eventually became an agent, and then I eventually built kind of everything that we have today. Yeah.
So wholesaling, were you under someone? Like, did you have a mentor or something?
Yeah, I did. I hired Cody Sperber to be my mentor. So the Clever Investor, if you're familiar. At that time, I paid him, I think, 10 or 15 grand to be my mentor. And he actually wasn't even my mentor. I got like assigned a mentor.
Yeah, because they're big. They got a big system.
Yeah. And so I ended up crushing it, you know, in a pretty short period of time. And then eventually Cody became my business partner. And the rest is kind of history. Yeah, he's no longer my partner. Yeah. But he was my partner for quite some time.
And you got your feet wet from him.
Yeah.
And because I tell people all the time, like, if you don't know it, find someone that does. Whether they'll mentor you for a fee or just talk to you, give you advice. But you can't, it's easier to ask people questions and try to figure it out on your own.
Totally.
Right?
Yep. Everybody should have a mentor.
And not only that, or a coach, right? And or a consultant, whatever you want to call
somebody,
right? It's like, and then I think like there's value to it too, because we have like, I'm starting to do a little consulting now. Yeah. I'm trying to do it in my space.
Sure.
I got one customer. I just took him on like 3 weeks ago but people would ask me, but you kind of know that they're cheap.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, so some people, they want to be coached, but they don't want to pay a lot of money. It's like, well, you want to go from 500,000 to 5 million, but you only want to pay $5.
Right.
It doesn't work that way.
No.
Like to get where I'm at, I've lost millions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's the truth.
Yeah, 100%.
And we have like yourself, the knowledge is like, it's valuable.
Yeah. Really valuable. Yeah.
You know, like if you give your brain to someone else, it's a lot of money. I wonder if we could do that, bro.
I don't know.
That's the next move.
Maybe that's the next move. That'd be worth a lot, though.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'll sell your brain. Sell my brain for like
just like a download.
A copy chip. Yeah, of my brain for like $5 million.
Dude, yeah. I don't know if a lot of people would want to be in my brain, though. You know.
I know.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on.
Yeah.
People don't understand it either. Like when you're a little whacked out, like business mindset, entrepreneurial is like you're just.
Every entrepreneur, I think, has they're like a mild psychopath. Like I really believe that.
Yeah.
Like you have to be a little bit insane to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Like at a high level. I'm not talking about like the little wannabe entrepreneur who just sits on his couch and doesn't have any employees or anything like that. I'm talking about like guys like you, right, that have, 150 employees, a building, equipment, millions of dollars coming in and out. Like you have to be a little bit insane to handle it, to deal with it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm off the rocker for sure.
Me too.
I'm definitely not. My wife tells me I'm not normal all the time, especially when she's pissed at me.
Agreed. Yeah.
Right. So you get into real estate and you get coached, which is, super cool that you did that. And then what's that look like? Like you said, we'll go back into what else you're doing, but with the real estate, like what are you doing right now?
So right now I own multiple different companies.
I
own 2 real estate companies, a media company, a pest control company, a title company, mortgage company, insurance company. So they're all vertically integrated though, right? So they're not, they all work cohesively together. So I don't do anything that doesn't vertically integrate with what I do, right?
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. So like, and I did that and I failed, which is why I realized like, okay, I'm only going to do things that vertically integrate with what I have going on. Like I'm not going to go start selling shoes.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't go with what I'm doing. Right. And so that was kind of a decision that I made in my mid 20s was like after failure, I noticed kind of the pattern of like, anytime I failed, it was because I took my eyes off of the thing that I was doing and I put them somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I wasn't giving attention to the main thing, if you will, right? So I think you got to keep the main thing until you can afford to do more things, right?
Yeah.
It's the chase two rabbits, catch neither.
Yeah.
It's kind of that concept. But again, when you get to a certain level, you can eventually hire somebody to catch that other rabbit for you, right? And so, but it just, people do it too soon because they see social media and they see, I need to have 7 streams of income. And it's like, yeah, you eventually want multiple streams of income, but in the beginning, you need to be a master at one thing.
Well, you need to have at least one stream just to live.
Right.
You know, so they're trying to, they're like fishing and like in 7 different ponds, but they can't be at one time. Like, it's a mess.
It's a mess.
It happens a lot.
Yeah, all the time.
Especially the young, and I like the sales industry, but they're kind of the worst at it.
Yeah, they are.
You know, because they're so confused because there's so many different sales jobs and sales pitches, and there's a lot of industries you can get in with sales, and they're trying to just like 17 different industries, and it's like, man, just pick one, you'll get really good at it.
Pick one, bro. Pick one.
Get good at it, then move on to the next.
Pick one and do it for a decade.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Yep. Or 10,000 hours.
Think about it. So like my wife and myself been in business since 2009. So that's like 16 and a half years, whatever. And only recently did I like go into this media thing, and we're barely doing. I don't even market this thing.
Right.
And then now it's the print lab, right? So like 16 years later.
Right. Yeah.
Is I'm trying something.
Not 1 year, not 2 years, 16 years.
Yeah.
Right.
I had to get really good.
Yep.
We got, so in the construction space, our space, drywall, painting, all that, walls and ceilings, I had to get really good at it. And I'm still kind of suck probably compared to others. Before I was like, all right, we can do something else.
Totally.
You know? And then I think what the integrated stuff is with the media, the printing stuff is I deal with all of it already with my own company a lot on a big scale. So I was like, this fits.
Right.
You know, it's like I wasn't going to go try to do a restaurant.
No.
Or, something like you said, because that's what happens too is people start making money. Actually, I know several people that like in construction owners that go and try to open restaurants.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's not even close.
No, not even close.
Not even close. Like you can open anything else.
Yep.
Like you could open a car dealership before a restaurant.
Right.
You know?
Literally.
That's the furthest thing from you, bro.
It is. Yep.
You know, like
agreed, man.
pick something inside your office and do that first.
Yeah.
Don't pick the food.
I agree.
You know, your lunch is like eating a burrito. It's like, let's do a burrito shop.
Totally.
No, don't do a burrito shop.
No.
You know, but so you got the integrations. I like the real estate integrations because it's kind of like you're sewing up the game within itself. And so you're doing the titles, the loans. Are you still doing wholesaling?
Yeah.
So wholesaling. Now, are you actually doing like with the real estate, like listings and stuff like that as well?
Yeah. So that's my other real estate company. Yeah. So I run the largest retail real estate team in the state of Arizona. And then we're probably top 10 in the country. And then we're one of the largest wholesalers in the nation. So those are 2 separate companies.
The largest retail real estate company. What's the name of that company?
Space Real Estate.
So I seen that, and so you're the broker. Are you the broker?
No, I'm not the broker.
You're under a brokerage.
We have a broker. Yeah.
Who's the broker?
LPT Realty.
Okay, so you're under them. You got the largest team.
Yep.
And that company, or of all companies?
What do you mean?
So you said you had the largest team in the country,
in the state.
In the state.
Yep.
Is that from that brokerage or from all brokerages?
All brokerages.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
So how many agents do you
350
have?
agents
Under your team.
On our team.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah, we
it's
do,
impressive.
Yeah, we'll do like 700 million probably this year in sales, maybe 800 million in that company.
Yeah.
In total sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that underneath your banner? That all those agents, or that's part of altogether the conglomerate?
That's my company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're underneath the brokerage.
Yeah. So like in real estate's complicated for people that don't understand it, but like real estate teams are way more profitable than brokerages. So you actually don't want to be a broker like 99.9% of the time, right? So if people are watching, like you want to be really careful, right? If I were to switch my team into a brokerage, which I could do, right? I would make way less money and have way less control of the deals and the transactions and stuff like that. So in the retail real estate game, teams are the way to go.
So if you're a realtor, you want to build that team underneath you and create that whole team of.
It's not though. Like I'm not talking about a downline. Like I don't have a downline. I don't give a shit about my downline.
Okay.
Right. So like a lot of people think when I say this, like that I'm talking about my downline. Right? That's different. You know, we do have a downline, but I don't care about my downline. Right? Like we don't make. That's not our bread and butter. So like a real estate team, it really is like a brokerage. It's just I'm not a brokerage. Like. It's complicated to explain if you're not in the industry, but it's not my downline that I'm talking about. Like a lot of people, because at 350 agents in somebody's downline is like a piece of cake, right? 350 agents on a team is like impossible to do.
That's a huge team.
Like we've done the impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you get all those people?
Time. Just time. And we're really good. You know what we do. Yeah.
And then that's you and your partner.
I have multiple partners in all my companies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
so we own a holding company, me and a handful of partners, and then our holding company owns all the other companies that we
that's how
own.
I'm structured too. I just don't have no partners yet.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm a big believer in partners because it allows me to divide and conquer.
Yeah.
You know, so it allows me to go and have multiple different things that I'm working on at the same time and not feel pulled to any one company, right? So it's worked really well for me, and we're obviously succeeding at a high level, and so I wouldn't change that, you know. And I have great partners.
Which one pulls you the most?
Well, Nectar right now and Media, right? Because Nectar Pest Control is a new company that I just started.
And that's a cool name. I love the name.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, so that's a brand new company. We're about a month and a half into that business.
Nice.
And we're scaling very quickly. My goal with that company is to get acquired for $400 million in 5 years. So that's the goal.
Green Mango Avenue.
Yeah, the Green Mango Avenue. Yeah. So Cameron's a friend of mine.
That's cool.
So yeah, he sold, you know, to Pesco, and so he got a large exit on that.
Yeah. It was him and his dad, I think, and someone else.
Yeah.
He was here.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So he bought Dusty out, and then he was able to sell to Pesco in 2024. Yeah. So my goal is to be twice as big as Green Mango.
Nice.
Yeah.
The name is a good name. It's when I seen it, I was like,
Appreciate
that's a good name.
Yeah, and the color.
Yeah, everything.
The baby blue.
It works. Like back in the day, that wouldn't have worked.
No.
Right? But today, that's perfect.
Totally.
It's perfect name. Did you pay a lot for that name?
No, I got really lucky. Yeah.
That's cool.
I got it for pennies on the dollar.
That's
actually.
cool. Yeah, because sometimes a good name costs a lot.
Dude, it took me a lot of time though to come up with that name.
Yeah.
Like there was like 5 other names that I almost went with, and then I just like decided against them for whatever reason, and then I finally landed on Nectar.
Yeah. It's super cool. And then so like, just because we're talking about all these different businesses, and we'll go through all of them, is you have a partner in this one as well.
I do.
I'm gonna assume he's the licensed pest control guy.
I'm licensed.
You're licensed.
Yeah.
So you put in all the hours.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah.
That's freaking cool because I've looked at my other building. I have another building down the street, and it's right next to like a pest control, like where they sell the chemicals. And like I was there for 5 years.
Yeah.
We've had it 10 years now, and
like ag spray or something.
I don't know what it's called. It's right here.
Okay.
It's literally right here.
Might be ag.
And and I was like, in my mind, I remember I told my son, I go, let's start a pest control business. Then I had to look, and then I was like, I asked them, they're like, well, you need like 2,000 hours or whatever. I forgot how many hours it is.
It's not at the hours. You just have to like pass all the tests and stuff.
Yeah. And then I was like, damn.
Yeah.
This is like 7 years ago when I want to do this. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
So Nectar, dude, Nectar's gonna crush it.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, we're trying to scale very quickly. You know, my goal by the end of next year is to have 50 trucks on the road.
Yeah.
And then my goal within 5 years is to have 300 trucks.
Yeah, and then just dump it.
Yep.
Give it to someone that'll nurture it and keep
sell
going
it
with
to
it.
Terminix or sell it to one of these big billion-dollar companies.
Yeah. Someone that wants it. And then you're off to the next thing.
Exactly.
So you got Nectar, you got the real estate game. What else are you doing?
Well, 2 real estate companies. So two large real estate companies. Like I said, the media company.
So hold on, let's go back to the real estate. So so you got the brokerage. That's not a brokerage. Your team killing it.
Yep.
And then you got the title loans. I think you said.
Yeah. So we own part of a title company.
Yep.
Part of a mortgage company.
Yep.
And then an insurance company.
I like it. They're sewing up the whole thing.
Yep.
And then what's the other real estate? Is that the wholesale?
The
batch?
wholesale arm. Yeah, it's a totally separate company.
And
it's called One Roof Real Estate.
So the wholesale. How big is that company?
Pretty big. We're like probably. I mean, we're within the top 10 wholesalers in the whole country.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So both real estate companies, I would say, are in the top 10 in the whole country.
Dude, that's super cool. You got some good partners and great
partners.
Yeah,
great
team. You're a hard worker yourself because you're able to. You could still got to put all this stuff together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like by luck.
No.
You know what
I mean, I work my ass off.
Yeah.
So look, between all the companies, we have just shy of 500 people.
That's super cool.
So,
and I seen like some of your guests, like Rod Cleef. I had George on George Woolhart. The trailers.
I haven't had that one yet. Yes, I have.
George.
Yeah,
He does
yeah,
the
I had
trailers.
George, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
The trailer parks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
He was on here.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on a while ago.
Yeah, it was the
mine.
old one.
Yeah.
Different backdrop.
Different set. Yeah. Uh-huh. That was an old set.
We've had a few guys here. We've had Chris Iman.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's doing all right. He's doing good.
Yeah, I've done like 1,000 deals with him at least.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. If not more.
We had who else is big or kind of big? Chris is pretty big. Geez, I can't even remember. I've had probably 4
that's
or 5.
awesome, man.
I've had some heavy hitters.
Heck yeah.
I'll remember later.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mind's drawing blank. But we had some good. But I asked one guy to come on, and I think he thinks he's popular right now, but he wanted to charge me $20,000 to come on, and he lives local.
What the hell?
I don't want to say his name because it's kind of. I was like,
tell me after.
Yeah, I was kind of like, dude, like I get you're doing good.
Yeah.
But like I'm not trying to like learn from you. I just want to like
have you on
because we have people want to learn.
Yeah.
That's what this is about. This is about giving back.
Yep.
Right. We're gonna all make money somehow, some way.
Totally.
But like this is about giving back.
Yep.
And unless you're Grant Cardone, don't try to charge me $20,000.
Yeah, for sure. And even if you're Grant Cardone, I mean, I just had Elena Cardone on my podcast.
I know. I seen that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's crazy. You have to tell me the name after the show.
Yeah.
I'd love to know.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was tripping out.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So I've never paid to be on a podcast, and I never will. Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna pay.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And I've had them call me and say, because I don't go on many podcasts at all. Nobody wants me on their podcast. Whatever. But the ones that
change.
The ones that have, they want me to pay to be on it. The big ones. I'm like, I don't want to do it. Like
the problem. So like what I think for you, what my advice would be is just go all in on social media. Because what's cool is you built a multi-million, probably I'm assuming an 8-figure, company, right? Multiple 8-figure company. And so you have all this success in the world. The problem is that not enough people know. Yeah. Right. Not enough people come and see your operation and your building and how massive your operation, 150 employees. Like you built some badass stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So the more you talk about that, the more that people are just going to invite you on their pod and not ask you to pay. Yeah. Right. For me, I did it in the opposite. I built my social media and then I built my companies. Oh yeah. Or I did it simultaneously. Right. Yeah. And so I already had a big platform because unfortunately we live in a day and an age where people just judge the book by the cover. Yeah. So like if they just look at your Instagram or they look at your Facebook or whatever, and you don't have like some crazy amount of followers and they just assume you're nobody. But the reality of it is you're a somebody. Right. Yeah. But they don't know that. And so you just have to help them know that. Yeah. And I'm probably like, I think the Instagram page is maybe 2 years old. Yeah. You know, so it's still newer. Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't got nothing viral or nothing, but you will. You're right. And if you keep doing it, you will. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Because that's one of the reasons why I started the podcast was get to meet people, so people get to know me. Yep. I get to learn different industries. It's just super cool when I meet like guys like you. It's like, you're doing all these different things and we get to learn from each other, build this little relationship, whether, whatever. But that's what I love about this. 100%. So same. Yeah. So I'll never charge anyone $20,000. No. Neither will I. No. I mean, now if they're like in another state or something, I'll be like, hey, can you fly me over? Right. But I'm not even that big where no one gonna want me. Yeah. Well, that'll change. Yeah. I hope so. Yeah. That means I'll be doing better. Yeah. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Yep. Yeah. So you're doing a wholesaling, you're doing all that. Nectar, what else are you doing? That's pretty much it, man. Right now, I mean, I get opportunities all the time. I turn them all down right now. Yeah. I'm too busy right now. Yeah. So yeah, really those handful of companies, they're like my main focus. And I like that you said you do have partners because it's that question always comes up. Should I have partners or should I not have partners, right? And then it just depends what you're doing. Yeah. What's the goal? Right. Is if you're good at one industry, and you may not need a partner. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But if you're newer to that industry, you probably need someone that's a little better. Totally. Or, maybe that manager or something like that. It just depends on the person and what you're doing. Right? Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I think if you're asking yourself if you need a partner or not, you probably don't need one yet. Yeah. You know, because like you'll know when you need one. And so I'm at the place where we're starting to need them. Yeah. Yeah. Because we're doing different things and stuff. Bring in a partner. Yeah. Make them buy in. Yeah. Or whatever, right? Yeah. There's a lot of ways you can structure it. Mm-hmm. All my partnerships were strategic partnerships that like I didn't force any of them, right? Like they all kind of just organically happened. So you met the people and you realize like, oh, you're really good at that thing. I'm really good at this thing. Like we would make a great team, we share similar values, blah, 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 whatever it is. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I've made some really great decisions on my partners, and it's worked out really well for me.
Have you had any bad partnerships?
Totally.
And what
Yeah.
do those look like? Like, so the audience can hear, like, what does that bad partnership look like?
I think the number one thing, like in my bad partnerships, is like if we're both great at the same thing. So like if I'm sales and marketing, then you don't want to go partner with sales and marketing, right? You want to partner with operations and like back end.
That's
you know,
good.
so like the visionary wants to partner with the integrator, and the integrator wants to partner with the visionary, right? Two visionaries don't need to partner because you're gonna butt heads. You're not really helping each other, right? You're both great at the same thing. So like, don't partner, you know. The other thing that I've made the mistake of is partnering with people that don't share similar personal values as me. So I think when you're in a partnership in business, it's very similar to, I think, a monogamous partnership, right? Like it's very similar to being married, you know. You're going to spend a lot of time with that human being, right? And so, you know, you need to make sure that you're partnering with somebody that personally has similar values as you, right? Like if you're a Christian and you go to church every week and you're doing mission trips and you're building houses for people and you partner with an atheist, like it's probably not a good idea to do that, right?
Yeah.
Because like you're unequally yoked. You know, the Bible talks about that, right? So that's like an example of what a bad partner, because remember, then when something happens, if there's money missing or whatever the case may be, there's no common ground between you and your partner, right? See, for me, there's a lot of common ground between me and my partner. So if there is ever a disagreement, we can go to the Bible and be like, well, what does the Bible say, right? What does God want us to do? Maybe we should pray about it, right? Maybe we should, you know, and so we kind of can attack things from a similar perspective in life. I think that's the number one mistake that people make. And it's a mistake that I've made.
Yeah. That's so true, because I'm a believer of that too. Like, it's hard for me to even be around people that don't believe like me.
Totally.
And it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably, I don't know. Some people say it's bad because I want to be around people that like believe the same way, because I think I'm growing and learning and, you know, constantly evolving, becoming better and better. My wife is doing the same thing.
Yep.
And it's like, why do I want to be around someone that doesn't think and believe the same way?
100%.
You know, we my wife runs our church, so I'm always in church. Like church is like at my house all the time, everywhere, it's everywhere. And so, but I also think like for me personally, like political beliefs, like there's a lot of things, because political beliefs will break up a partnership.
Oh, totally.
They break up marriages.
It's huge.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a big deal.
You know, but beliefs on money.
Yeah.
On you know, because you can get a partner that will like, you want to be aggressive, and they're like,
they're not a risk taker.
Yeah. So it's like, oh my God.
Right.
They're gonna hold you back.
Yep.
They don't want to make a decision, especially if they have authority.
Yep.
Right.
Totally.
And so name some bad partnerships, or like like what happened, like that was really bad.
All the things I just mentioned, right? Like in everything you just mentioned, you know, not sharing similar values, being different when it comes to money, being different when it comes to our faith, being different when it being the same in the sense of like we have the same skill
and
sets.
So it leads to just fighting and bickering, and like you can't make decisions together and stuff like that.
You eventually just walk away.
And you're like, this is a headache. I can't do it. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've done that many times.
Many times. Yeah, because everybody thinks like it's got to work the first time, right?
No,
and
I've had several partners that aren't good partners. They're good people, but it's not good partners.
Yeah, and then you like, so like if you're a young entrepreneur and you're trying to get a partnership, you know, obviously we've talked about you know, sticking to one thing for now and stuff like that. But just say there is someone that's a little more further past that, and they're like, I want to get a partnership. Like the red flags, we give them some red flags, but like. So say like money investment, you know, because there's a lot of people that come and they got these ideas, but they have no money. Yeah. You know, what do you think on that?
I don't think money has as much to do with it. I mean, it just depends on where you're at, right? Yeah. But I don't need, a lot of my partners, like it was never about the money for me. You know, I bootstrapped every company that I own. I don't have any debt on any companies that I've ever built. I've never raised any capital. I've never brought in outside investors or anything like that. I bring in partners for their talent. Yeah. Right. So that's just like plain and simple, right? It has nothing to do with the money. It has everything to do with they're talented at the thing they're talented at, and we can divide and conquer, and we can focus on our strengths instead of like trying to do things that we're not good at, right? So that's why I partner with people. You know, it's like I think money is a byproduct of, you know, everything else, right? Like the money will come, you know, but you should never partner with somebody because of money. Like, I think that's a really stupid decision. If you're going to do that, then just go raise capital, bring in venture capital, do something. Maybe you have to give away a little bit of equity, but they have no voting rights. Like they have no day-to-day involvement in the company, right?
Yeah.
I think, that would be better than bringing somebody in for the money and giving them like full, like 50-50 partnership,
Yeah. I would agree with that. So in the real estate game, do you own a lot of properties yourself?
I don't anymore. No, I sold a lot of my rentals about a couple of years ago because I bought out one of my partners.
Okay.
So I owned quite a few rentals with him. I bought him out, and so I sold them right before I bought him out. And I want to get to like 1,000 doors. But right now I'm so focused on building the companies,
especially Nectar.
Yeah, the companies are really my baby right now, and they're what take the most of my time. Like I have all the time in the world to buy rentals and to build a rental portfolio, so, and I know real estate at such a high level and I get access to all the best deals. So it's not going to be hard for me to do that.
Yeah.
And I've already done that. And so right now I have to stay focused, If I go start buying a bunch of rentals right now, it's going to take me away from what I'm doing,
I would agree. Yeah. I want to buy 3 more houses.
You should.
Just so my kids have a house each.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Very least. So we got right now we have our house, a rental house. Actually, it's not even a rental house because it ain't rented. Everybody's calling me.
Yeah.
I got the little building, this building, but yeah, it's. I think some people want to hurry up and evolve too fast.
Totally.
What I mean? So like you said, I was listening to PBD and he was talking about like obviously he's doing really really well.
Right.
But he was saying like, for 16 years or whatever it was, he only did insurance.
Yep.
Until now.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
It's, I think we got to keep our eye on the prize. Like you said, I'm super focused.
Yeah, we do.
Because like if you start actually looking for your own properties, now it takes away from what you're trying to do.
Totally.
Which is build businesses.
Yeah.
Right. Your thing is building businesses.
Yep, it is.
It's not buying real estate.
No. Mm-mm.
Right.
No, it could be, but it's not.
Right. Right. Now
And
that'll be the fruit later. That'll be,
Sure.
but you got to be careful. Yeah. Cause now you're looking at 100 deals for yourself and you're not growing Nectar. You're not growing a tile. You're not having your meetings. Like,
I'm not hiring. I'm not doing all the things that I need to be doing.
Yeah. Like we talked about, the building.
100%.
There's no way to grow this thing.
Exactly.
Because you're not focused.
You got to be focused.
Yeah.
It's the number one advice I'd have. Yeah.
And so where your office is located at?
So I have one in downtown Chandler.
Okay.
And then I have one in North Scottsdale.
Nice.
Yep.
And then are those both of those tied into each other?
So both of the offices, like all the companies have a space in both offices.
Nice.
Right. So we run like I said, all of our companies are kind of sister companies to each other. So they all get run out of the same offices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like how I'm doing right here.
Yeah. Exactly like how you're doing right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were to walk into my office, you would see all the different logos on the wall, for all the different companies. And I mean, we obviously have sections, so like that section will be one company. Yeah. But yeah, they all share the office.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I like it, man.
Yeah.
And so what's next on the horizon for you?
Get Nectar to 400 million valuation, sell it for 400. That's the goal. And, keep scaling media. My goal is to get to 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
And now when you say media, is that like your post, your content?
Yeah, primarily. I mean, we own, like, our media company does do work for quite a few other entrepreneurs here locally in the Valley. We edit people's content. We film people's content. People rent our studios. So we do a decent amount of that. But at the end of the day, and then my media company services all the companies that I own. So like my media company does all the media for Nectar. My media company does everything for One Roof, right? So like that media company does all of the social media and all of the marketing and stuff like that for all the companies
what is
that I
One
own.
Roof? Why don't think we talked about
my
that?
wholesale company. Yeah, we talked
One
about
Roof.
that.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yep.
Yeah, I seen that name. I was like, what is this? But that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
And then my media company services me, the human being. Right. So my YouTube channel, my Instagram, my personal brand. Right.
Yeah.
So my media company has a lot on its plate.
Yeah.
And it's a really fun company. I like that company a lot.
Yeah. How many employees are
So
on
I
there?
only have
2 or 3?
5 full-time people in my media company right now. Yeah. And we do a lot with 5 people though. But my media team's badass. You'll meet them at some point.
Yeah.
You'll see our studios, and I mean they're really good at what they do.
That's cool. That's
so
cool.
yeah, my goal is to get to 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Maybe 1 million followers on Instagram. I don't care as much about Instagram. I'm really focused on YouTube right now. So that's really my goal. But yeah, and then TikTok, obviously I post a little bit on TikTok, but I don't really care too much.
Are you
about
looking
that
for
platform.
different new ventures? Like Like, can people pitch you on different opportunities? And
Not
stuff
right
like-
now.
Okay.
Yeah, I would turn them down right now. Yeah.
Because
I
you're
got to
focused.
stay focused.
Yeah.
Yep.
This Nectar thing's gonna be huge.
Yep. It'll be big. Yeah.
It's gonna be
And my
massive.
real estate companies are already huge.
Yeah.
You know, so what's nice about my real estate companies is that I could go on vacation for a year and those companies would continue to scale without me.
I like it.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's going to happen? Like right now in the real estate market, there's a lot of houses for sale, a ton of houses for sale.
Yeah. 26,000 houses on the market in
Yeah, it's
Arizona
crazy.
right now.
A lot of houses for rent. And then we're going to enter 2026, which is going to be where the 5-year mark for all these multifamilies, all their loans are coming up.
Yep, they are.
26, 27. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, commercial is different than residential.
Yeah.
So like you have to kind of separate
Okay, let's
the
talk
two.
commercial.
Yeah. So commercial, look, I think I'm not a big commercial guy, so I don't want to
But you see it from a distance. What do you like? What like if you like?
Well, interest
obviously you're
rates
not
are
an
coming down.
Yeah.
So that'll help, right?
Yeah.
I mean, as long
But
as
the
Jerome
values
Powell-
are not there.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think like commercial, I'm not a big fan of commercial unless it's the perfect location, the perfect building, you know, like there's certain commercial stuff that I like and certain commercial that I think long-term probably doesn't have a place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think a lot of people are going to get whacked in 26?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right.
But I think a lot of people will kill it too.
Yeah.
You know,
because one's going to lose
Yeah,
their hand, the other one's going to pick it
100%.
up.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
They're going to lose their $120 million property, and
there's
someone's
a
gonna
lot
pick
of
it up for
money to be
80.
made when there's blood in the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
You just got to be smart. Yeah.
And then not get yourself in trouble again.
Yeah. Don't over leverage yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you can only handle $1 million, go do $1 million deal.
100%.
Don't try to go do that 10 million. Everyone wants to be a GP and an LP.
Yep.
Like they want to
Yep.
they want to create this whole thing. It's like you guys are crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah.
You know?
It's people get way overextended and then they get caught with their pants down and they get screwed.
I like
you
it.
know? Yeah.
I like it. Don't get caught with your pants down, guys.
Don't do it, man.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Be wise. So I love it. So we're gonna close this up.
Yep.
I know you got stuff you gotta do. Your time's precious. What's a good nugget that you can give that listener? That's I would say that young entrepreneur. And we've talked a lot of nuggets, but like, what's a killer nugget that like we can leave them with?
Yeah. For the young guys.
Yeah.
I think, dude, go all in, right? When you don't have a family, you don't have kids, you should have no balance.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. Like all these videos talking about like cold plunge, sauna, meditate, journal, make your eggs, put your eggs on your toast like this, like do this. That's bullshit, dude. When you're 20 years old and you're not married, if you want to be successful, I'm not talking about the people who want to go to med school or the people who want to be a doctor or lawyer, right? That's a different thing.
Yeah.
Or the people who just are cool working a W-2 job for the rest of their life. To each their own, that's its own category. I'm talking about the guy watching or the girl watching that they've decided that they want to be an entrepreneur. They've made that decision. They want to be successful. They want to be a millionaire. They want to do this, this, and this. You should have no balance when you're young. Zero balance. You should work 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
Because you have your whole life to get balance, right? You have your whole life to cold plunge, to sauna, and to work out, and to be healthy, and to give time to your wife and your kids, and do all of that, right? And that's great, and that's amazing, and you can do that, right? But when you're young, it's your one opportunity that you have to go all in on your business and on your personal development and on and you know and everything like that, right? And it's the one time too you can push your body. Right? Your body can do things that it can't do when you're 40 years old or you're 50 or you're 60 years old, right? When you're 20 years old, you don't need 9 hours of sleep every night, right? Like you need to work.
Yeah.
Like you need to put in the grind.
Yeah.
Right? That would be my advice.
I love that advice because like a lot of times right now we hear like 3-day work weeks.
Yeah,
and
it's bullshit.
4-hour work days. Like,
That's great once you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
Once you've made it.
It's like I've said before, is like I work half days too. Just my half days are 12 hours.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Same.
Yours could be 4, mine are 12.
For sure, bro.
Let's see who wins.
Yeah. I work harder right now than I've ever worked in my life.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
I'm working a lot of hours.
I work a lot of hours.
Yeah.
I work 7 days a week right now.
So there it is, guys. Follow this guy, Austin Zaback.
Yep.
He's everywhere. Follow, like, and subscribe to all of our stuff. Be blessed.
Appreciate you.